Ohio State rebuilds with an inexperienced roster. Exact opposite situation for Northwestern and Chris Collins. Continuing to head in the right direction, the NU head man will have all 5 starters back from the team, which finished the 2014-2015 season at 15-7. Included among that group, top 3 scorers in Trey Demps, Alex Ola, and Bryant McIntosh. And don't forget Vic Law. Another young guy came along in his freshman year, getting ready to break out as Northwestern continues to ascend under Chris Collins. Remember, the Wildcats still trying to reach their first ever NCAA basketball tournament. Here is Northwestern head coach Chris Collins.
Obviously, it's an exciting time of year, getting started with the season. We're looking forward to seeing what we can do. I think it's a great time to be a part of the Big Ten. Programs are at such a high level. It makes for great basketball, and we're looking forward to see where we fit into that mix. A lot of experience coming back, led by 2 really good seniors in Trey Demps and Alex Ola, who've played a lot in their careers and I think are poised to have big senior years. So we've worked hard in the off season, and we're looking forward to getting going next month.
Thank you, Coach. Please raise your hand high if you have a question. Looks like center back up on the stage.
Hey, Coach. So this past season was your first season with your own recruiting class. Can you explain the importance of having guys that you recruited on your roster to run your system? And then can you also talk about what you're looking for from Brian McIntosh in his sophomore season?
Yeah, I mean, I think anytime there's some continuity with, when you're in your first year, everything's so new for everybody. I'm trying to figure out about the players. They're trying to figure out about me. We're trying to figure out who we are. You're trying to, develop an identity. And for us, I think having a couple years together now, we mentioned virtually everyone back from last year who played meaningful minutes and produced for us. I think those are only positives. I've always felt like the best programs are the ones where the players can carry out the culture. And, we're finally getting to that point where our guys are holding each other accountable. They understand what I expect and the way we'd like to do things. And, you mentioned Bryant. I mean, he's the one who's kind of the head of it all. Your point guard is the guy who's kind of the face of your offense, of your defense, of your huddles. And, I think what he went through last year as a freshman, I kind of fed him to the wolves, threw him in there in a really tough league and a tough environment, and he showed what he was all about. And I think him having gone through the league for a year, played well. He also understood the steps he needed to take, getting a little bit stronger, working on different aspects of his game. And it's nice when you have a point guard like we have in Bryant, because it sets the tone for everything you're trying to do. And I hope he can make a big jump from his freshman to sophomore year. I think he's poised to do that.
So you got 4th row on the aisle and then back center.
Coach, a lot of media people have Alex Ola as an underrated big man this year. What do you expect to see out of him in his senior season?
Well, Alex, I think a lot of you guys have covered our league. If you see the improvements he's made from his freshman year to now his senior year, it shows all the work that he's put in. He's changed his body. He's developed a really nice low post game. He's always been an incredibly skilled big man who can step out on the floor. He can make a shot. He can pass. And I think just the confidence of having success at this level has been big for him. Certainly for us to be a good team this year, we're going to need for him to be a presence down low and to be a consistent guy in our league that can, be a potential double-double guy. And we're going to need that. I think he relishes that opportunity. He's really stepped into the leadership role nicely. He's been much more vocal than he's ever been. And, we have to make sure that we use what he can bring to the team. And there's no question, in order for us to maximize who we can be as a team, we need him to have a great year for us.
You got back center, Coach.
Coach, you've got 2 big freshmen this year, Jordan Ash and Aaron Falzone. Can you talk a little bit about what role you're hoping for them to fulfill this season?
Yeah, well, I think both of those guys have an opportunity to make an impact for us. Jordan, being a local guy, is a winner. He's a state champion here in Illinois. You know, I put a lot on that. You know, guys who come from winning programs are around winning. That's what we're trying to build. He's a really good athlete. You know, for us, we have a really good backcourt with Demps and McIntosh. So I think Jordan kind of as that third guard who can come in, spell either guy. I think he can play both positions. He's very good defensively, a good athlete. I think with Aaron Falzone, he's an outstanding shooter at 6'8". You know, which can be a real weapon for us. It's going to allow us to space the floor. He comes in again. He's a mature player for his age, and I think he'll be a big part of what we're doing. And you know, the guys are already, you know, knowing that if he's open, you got to find him because he'll be one of the more dangerous threats from three-point range, I think, in our league, even as a freshman. So it's nice when you can add some firepower to what we already have.
Coach, it's no secret that Northwestern's never made the NCAA tournament. How often do you talk about that with your players, and how important would that be for your program to finally get to the big dance?
Well, I mean, obviously I've been asked about it a lot, and it's nice, you know, that people feel like we're on an upward trajectory, that it's even in the discussion. I mean, that is all good, but I think the thing, we don't talk about it a lot with our guys, but I think coming into the season, we did talk about the fact that, you know, it's not on this current team's shoulders to have to feel the pressure day in and day out of playing for however many years it's been of not going to the NCAA tournament. If you start doing that, then you're not going to be successful. You know, I want these guys to enjoy the journey they have together. We have to take it each, I know it's cliche and I don't like that, but you have to really, in this season, you have to take each step as it comes along. You know, if we start putting our heads in the clouds and thinking about March, we're going to be really disappointed when that time comes because there's so much between now and then. You know, you have to win basketball games in the non-conference. You have to do well in the league. I think there's a confidence in our program right now. I think there's a belief that we can be a good team. I like that. And certainly, I mean, my goal every year I've ever played basketball or been a part of college basketball as a player or a coach has been to be in the NCAA tournament. If that's not my goal, then I shouldn't be doing what I'm doing. And, you know, I've said it all along. I mean, for me, it's a matter of when that happens, not if. I mean, that's the confidence level that I think we all share. So it'd be great if it was this year. I think the main thing we're trying to do is make a step forward. You know, I think our progression in the last 2 years has been good, and it'd be nice to keep, you know, going that way. And it's not easy when you're in the Big Ten because if you're trying to climb the ladder, that means that, you know, you got to go above people that are really good. And it's going to be a great league. And, you know, I've said this league is as well coached and as good as anything I've ever been a part of, night in and night out. And we're just looking forward to seeing where we fit in that mix and the kind of mark we can leave as our program.
Time for one more question. Let's go front center.
Can you kind of talk, or in terms of the Spain trip, how important was that for you guys to get the extra practices in to kind of learn a little bit more about, you know, your young team?
Yeah, I think it's always an advantage for every program to be able to do that. You know, you get the practices, you also get some games. So, you know, for me, it was a chance. They're kind of like exhibition games. You can play different lineups together. You can experiment with some things, maybe some different defenses, different combinations. You kind of get a better feel in live game situation. And I think it's really good for the players, too, especially guys who are new. You know, for us, we have 4 new guys. You know, our freshmen, but also our transfer, Joey Van Zegren, who came from Virginia Tech. You know, he didn't play very much last year. He only played the early part of the season. So for him to be able to get some games and then kind of see where he was at, you know, I think is all positive. The camaraderie on those trips is great. You know, you're over and you're eating together, you're taking tours, you're doing things, you're playing. So I think we became a closer team. I think I learned a lot about our strengths. I learned about what our weaknesses were, and I think it's helped coming into this preseason, being able to address those things and kind of continue to figure out what the identity of this team is going to be.
Thank you very much, Coach. Best of luck this season.
Thank you, guys.